What's up, peeps? So, with the recent restock buff, I mentioned in a video that snapshot grenades were going to be the most overpowered thing ever and that you should start using them instead of using stims. In today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to be a snapshot sweat and as well a bunch of secret tips that I guarantee you guys didn't know about the snapshot grenade. Let's jump right into this video. So first things first is we're going to talk about the radius of the snapshot. I tried searching this in Google for the meters, but it just was nowhere to be found. And even though if I would have found it, if I just told you the meters, it wouldn't stick into your head. So I'm going to give you guys buildings and tell you which ones are snappable and how high they can actually reach. All right. So the first things first here is in this building, if you would throw your snapshot grenade right here all the way at the bottom, this will actually snap somebody that's all the way on the top, even on the roof. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th building. All right, so this one you will snap completely. You'll have to take my word on that one. I know it is completely true, but the one I did manage to prove was this one. I did find somebody on the tower, as we can see right here, and I did land all the way to the bottom of it. I wanted to see if this was snappable, and as you guys will test, we'll check out right now. Even though I went out of snap, the snap went ahead right there, and there was no ping whatsoever in the map. So this right here would be a little bit too high for somebody to snap. Now, next up is I try to go into so many games to see who would go to tower, but I just never found anyone. But if you actually throw the snapshot grenade down here, you will actually snap somebody that is in tower. Now, this one is significantly lower than the other tower here, than the water tower. So again, if somebody's up top and you do throw the snap, they will show up. But again, just do be aware. I'd always try to throw it up top here. And then if you throw it up top, you will manage to get anybody that's even on the top floor on that one. So just make sure if you want to snap this one, always try to throw it on the top side right over here. Now let's talk about the horizontal radius. So I'm going to do something very simple. This is a pretty well-known house in Rebirth, right? A lot of people know it as Grandma's house. So I'm going to throw it in the middle of the house and I'm going to show you guys something pretty interesting here. So we're going to take a look at how big is that circle, right? Something that if you guys didn't know, the snapshot grenade actually does ping in the minimap. Now this is a tip that I'm going to show you guys how to take advantage of it even more, but just for the purpose of this video's part, just do remember that if you throw a snapshot, it will appear in the minimap. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here. So I'm going to throw a snapshot right here in the middle, and as you guys can see, I'm going to try and pause it right there. So as we can see, I try to really maximize, as much of the ping as I could get, and I can see it right here, so I'll just go over it with the arrow. But this is the house, and you can still see the markings of the snapshot grenade, and this is where it goes. So again, this is as faint as it goes, so this is the maximum radius that you'll get. So as you can see here, it's significantly bigger than Grandma's house. You're probably getting 2 to 3 times the amount. So even if you throw it here in the middle, you're still gonna get even the tip of top of prison, which is right behind you, and you're gonna get, if you throw right over here, you're getting about a quarter of the house that's beside it. So the horizontal radius is really big. So just always think is if the building is Grandma's house, you're gonna snap it completely and even more on that one. And just here, so I show you another little test, I just threw a snap right here in the middle, and I'm gonna show you guys in between the two houses what that radius is. So here we go. This is the UAV from the pregame lobby, but this second snap right here is from the snapshot. As you guys can see, I threw it right in the middle, and it does cover almost all of Grandma's house. It doesn't cover this part right here, and this one, it covers almost more than half the building. All right, so the radius is pretty significant with these things. And now there we go. Once it's fully maximized, it takes me a little while here, but again, you can see that it's almost fainted, but we can see the guy has to be in this corner for you not to snap them when you throw it right in the middle. And again, here you won't get this part of the building, but you'll get almost everything here and a big chunk just by throwing it right in the middle here. So now let's go back to that tip that I told you guys about, that you can actually see your snap in the minimap. And that is one of the most overpowered things that I can tell you, because the snapshot, the whole idea of snapshot is to gather information, right? So you guys know where the enemy is. But I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, maybe you're inside the building, you throw the snapshot, you get the hit marker, but you're trying to look for him, right? Because you don't know exactly where he is. So, and by the time you kind of locate him, the snap is already gone and you don't know exactly where he's going. So one of the most important tip that I got for you guys is when you throw the snap, don't look at your screen, right? Don't look to see if there's anybody in front of your screen. What you got to do is just take a quick look at your mini map. And again, if you guys don't remember here, I'll show you guys in the screen. When you snap somebody in the mini map, it's just like the UAV, right? So if it's just a circle, it'll mean that they're in the same level. If they got a little arrow pointing down below, that means they're below you. And if if they got a little arrow above you, that means they're above you. So once you take a look at this, again, take a look at your mini map, see where that ping is, locate the direction and whether it's above you, below you, or in the same level, and then grab your character and pursue your aim towards there. And that way you'll find the enemies significantly faster rather than you trying to look around for him. Just do be aware that the minimap ping is only for you. I did think that the minimap ping was for everybody in your team, but it is actually not. I have noticed that when my friends throw snapshots and I do see their snapshot enemy right in front of my screen, I did double check to my minimap and it wasn't there. So again, just do be aware of that. So if you guys want to communicate that with your teammates, it will be crucial. And that actually leads me to my tip number 2. If you do ping somebody in your minimap, and maybe again, because your teammates aren't really looking at it, they don't know if that was your snapshot, it wasn't. Snapshot is all about communication. So let your teammates know, hey, I got 3 pings in here. They're all above, they're all below, they're in the same level. All right. So always communicate with your teammate. Even if you may think, well, it's pretty obvious that he saw that snapped enemy, always let him know if you got teammates right there. I just snapped a dude right in front of you. All right. Just let him know. And this leads me to the second part of this tip, that if you're not really doing anything, let's say you're just pushing towards a building, but you're not there yet, you're not actively engaging in a fight, but your teammate is going into a building, go ahead and help your enemies. You can throw the snapshot grenades really far away, and as you guys saw, the radius is significant. So if you see an enemy, a friendly pushing into a building, help him out. Throw a snapshot grenade in there. And again, if you ping somebody, let them know, hey, just letting you know you got 2 guys in there. Just letting you go, you got 3 guys in there, right? Whatever it is. But always help them out, because remember, snapshot grenades with the new restock buff just get restocked super fast. And this goes to why it's a lot more important, a lot more overpowered. If you guys realize, the stim is every 60 seconds. If the snapshot is every 25 seconds, that means that for every 1 stim that you use, you can use 4 snap grenades. And that is just a huge number that a lot of people are not realizing. Now, that also takes me to the next tip, that always utilize them, right? Because you have to take advantage of this significantly high refresh rate that you have on your snapshot grenades. So never run around with 2 snapshot grenades, right? Snap everything. I mean, maybe in Caldera, I understand, because it's pretty boring and sometimes you're just wandering in the middle of the forest, you got nowhere to go, there's no house, nothing like that. I understand that. If you're playing Rebirth, you always want to snap everything. I mean, especially if you're pushing, there is always something to snap. And so again, once you're about to hit that second snap, just throw your snap anywhere. Throw it in front of you, throw it to the building in front of you, wherever it is, but don't hold it. Don't hold your snapshots, because again, that's also something pretty important. And another thing, we got a couple of little secrets here that you guys maybe didn't know of. Number 1 is your snapshot grenades can actually be destroyed. So if you guys don't know, when you throw the snapshot, it does a little animation where it spins, shoots up into the air, and then it creates a snap. You can actually destroy your own snapshot, and it's happened to me before. Maybe sometimes you throw a snap in a building, and in the same place that you threw a snapshot, you throw a Semtex grenade. The Semtex grenade will actually destroy your snapshot and will allow it to not be anything there. It's also been sometimes that I throw my snapshot and somebody RPGs it or something like that. So just to be aware, your snapshots can actually be destroyed. So a little tip for you guys is, if you're gonna Semtex, throw the snapshot, hold it a little bit, because also snapshotting and holding your Semtex is pretty OP. Once it's about to snap, then you go ahead and throw the Semtex in there. So just do be aware they can be destroyed. Also, just do be aware, snapshot grenades are the only thing nobody can hide from. Even though if they have battle hardened, they will still appear as a battle hardened sign in your map. So if you throw something and you see the battle hardened side, then you know that there is somebody in there. So that is the only thing that nobody can actually hide from. Now, I'm going to show you guys a couple tips on how to utilize your snapshots to perfection. Let's say you're going to push this building like I showed you before. Don't throw the snapshot in there. Throw it just a little bit off to the side, and that way you'll completely snap this building, but you'll also get a little bit of that building. Let's say you're also going to push inside here. Never throw it to the walls. Always throw it inside. Remember to break the window. Go ahead and pop it inside. Again, if you're throwing it outside, you're wasting half the snapshot grenade. So always go ahead and utilize it to its maximum potential. And as well here, if you guys always find yourself within a corner of the building, remember to always utilize this to your maximum potential. So go ahead and throw that right in the middle, and you'll get to snap both of the sides here. So again, something pretty important. And like I said, remember, don't be afraid to help your teammates. As you guys are about to see right now, you can actually throw the snapshot pretty far away. So even if that building is 61 meters far away, you go ahead and do a little tactical sprint and do a little jump, throw the snapshot grenade, and you guys will see how far I can actually throw it. So I actually did throw it around 60 meters meters. So again, you can throw it significantly far. Here we go again, even if somebody's intense, we're gonna go ahead and throw that snapshot grenade and take a look at where it actually dropped, all the way over here. So we threw it 72 meters. So again, don't be afraid to help your friends. Don't be afraid to throw it across the map. And ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this new meta that's about to come. Peace out, everybody.